Well, it's a day before the race, and what I've done today is come up to Monacoville, which has perhaps the nicest vantage point to see Port Hercule behind me, but also the rest of Monaco and the neighboring little towns. Now, the marina is a little bit less busy than usual, but because of course it is the height of summer, so many of the yacht owners are out at sea. But let me show you the marina a little bit from here, so you can see the wonderful hills that come down into Monaco, into Monte Carlo. Of course, you have a casino square right over there, and these are the famous streets where the Formula One cars pass by. As you can see, most of the larger yachts are out at sea. Some of the usual suspects are still here, especially these three over there. They're still there, and of course out at sea you have many more, but I thought what better time to come here and have a look at the marina. Now, the beautiful building that you see behind me, and I'll show it to you over here, that's Casino of Monte Carlo, and then right next to it, that is Hotel de Paris. And of course, you see this in a lot of Instagram reels, and you see it on people's vlogs, and you know, they talk about the wonderful cars that are here, and everybody takes pictures with these cars. However, I'm gonna have to say, I'm sorry, Monte Carlo, but you don't have anything on Dubai, because these cars, we see them on a daily basis in Dubai, which is, you know, not showing off here, just giving you a matter of fact. Now, welcome to the Principality of Monaco. We're here to watch the very exciting, fully electric E1 series. Now, the E1 series is a recent boat series, and it was established with the idea of having a sustainable and green kind of philosophy around it. They had the first race in Jeddah, and they spend their time throughout the year in exotic locations such as Jeddah, Venice, Port Banús, Hong Kong, and Monaco. Now, currently there are 9 teams. Each team is owned by a celebrity. You've got the likes of DJ Aoki, you have Rafa Nadal, you have Tom Brady, you have Virat Kohli, the famous cricketer, and some business people among them also. So the teams are owned by celebrities. The race is completely green. Now, the boats are called RaceBirds, and they're about 7.5 meters long and 3 meters wide. They're powered by a 200 brake horsepower, fully electric engine. And that engine is powered by a 37 kilowatt an hour battery. Now, they get up to speeds of about 50 knots an hour, and they have 2 pilots. And the unique thing about E1 is that one pilot is male and the other one is female, and you even have some husband and wife competitors among them. Well, behind me, you can see the busy waterways of Port Hercule as the yachts, boats, schooners, sailors alike all sail off into the magnificent waters of the Mediterranean Sea. Just over here is the Monaco Yacht Club de Monaco, which is where we'll be watching the E1 series throughout the day today. But I'll also be keeping an eye out on some of the most magnificent boats known to man. Let me show you how this is gonna go down. Now, right over there, you've got what's called the launch pad. So the boats will take off right from in front of, I beg your pardon, the RaceBirds will take off from right in front of the nautical club, the yacht club of Monte Carlo, of Monaco. And then they come out of here, and then the race will actually take place over here. So you come through, this is the windbreaker over here, the wave breaker rather, and then they will go out into this area here. So you've got the kind of racetrack set up all across, and they'll be racing around here. Now, the important thing to understand about these RaceBirds and the E1 series is they create no waves, which is perfect for locations such as Lake Como, for Venice, and for, of course, Monaco, because nobody likes, especially boat owners, they don't like waves, and it's not ecologically friendly either. So that's kind of a little bit of an idea of where they'll take off and where they go. Now, the beautiful yacht club of Monaco, which was built quite recently, and I've heard it was for the price tag of 140 million euros. It was built by Sir Norman Foster, very famous English architect, of course. And what I'm going to do is, because I've gone out on the boat and I filmed it, let me show you what it looks like. Now, right there behind me, the qualification rounds are happening, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Most of the team members, they're gathered around, they've got their headsets on, they're gathered around the live TV, and they're watching how their respective teams are getting on. Now, race day, there's a lot of commotion going on back there by the launch pad, and what's going to happen is they're going to launch out of there, and then they're going to go out over here into the open water. The crowds have started to come, and it's going to be really, really interesting. But before that, let me tell you about some of the team owners here. So you've got Didier Drogba, of course, formerly of Chelsea, and of course Galatasaray. You have DJ Aoki, you have Tom Brady, you have Kohli, the cricket player. You've got some business people out there, and you have the now kind of out of favor Will Smith, but he's also a team owner here. Now, the concept behind getting these celebrities as team owners, if you ask me, is in order to get this sport a little bit more publicity, a little bit more kind of, you know, in the limelight as well. And of course, yesterday I was talking to the co-founder and CEO, Rodi, and he said that there is a huge financial benefit to whoever invests in this business. As a matter of fact, teams are now worth fivefold of what they used to be. Anyhow, that's enough of me. Let's hear from Rodi himself.
We are surrounded by team owners who have invested in a team for two reasons. One, first, is they recognize that E1 is a good business, so they can see a return on investment. And in fact, after only the first race, after Jeddah, there are some teams that are trading the license at 5 times the value that they have paid to get this license for 25 years for the team. The other reason, and on the same level of importance, is impact. As you mentioned, they are at the peak of their career, they're at the peak of their influence and how much they're known, And the next project they all want to be involved with is a project has to be a project with big impact. And I want to make the example of Rafa Nadal. Rafa Nadal, when we were pitching to him the idea, in the end, sustainability is what it convinced him. You know what I mean? It was the most important factor. And from that moment, Carlos Duarte is now helping him to make the tennis academy in Mallorca more sustainable. So how to implement changes in order to have a more sustainable management of the academy. So for me, of course, there was an amazing news. I mean, as big as having Rafa on board in the family, because it means that the good news and the good practices are spreading around, and E1 is playing its role of being an ambassador of these initiatives, which is not only communication, this is very much about execution.
Now, to give you a little bit of insight into what the lap looks like, one lap is about 1,640 meters. A long lap is about 1,940 meters. Now, moments before the race, and you can see the RaceBirds over here lined up at the launch zone. And now we'll be getting on a boat right now and seeing a little bit of how these RaceBirds are kind of warming up before the race starts off. Now we're going out on this boat. It's a 300 brake horsepower Mercury V8, fantastically fast, and I'm told it goes up to around 55, even 65 knots if the weather is good. Well, as this fantastic weekend came to an end, the Monaco race concluded with Team Brady pilots Sam Coleman and Emma Kimalanian coming out victorious. Team Drogba secured second place, marking the first podium of the season. Meanwhile, Team Rafa placed third. The glamorous event ended with a trophy ceremony where His Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco honored the proceedings. Well, that's a once-in-a-lifetime race, a memorable occasion, and it's time for me to head back to Dubai.